No, not while we was.
All right.
Not while we was.
Shalom. And we are the brothers of the Great Millstone branch here in Chicago. First and foremost, we want to give all praise, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Ruchakanash.
double honors into our apostles, double honors into our elder bishops. Salutations to all our fellow laborers doing this work around the four corners of the earth, the truth and sincerity. To the scattered elect that are scattered among them, that look like the heathens, and to those few out there that are listening and learning. All right, to you, we give a hearty shalom. And as see the title of the video is the brothers, because that's what this is all about, man. And hey, the brothers want revenge, man. We want revenge right along with your Habashah. And well deserved for all things that we're enduring and that we've endured. We've watched our people endure. If you would, Ariella, yeah, give me that scripture, then you're gonna open up with that story about the water.
This is Sirach 25:7. There be 9 things which I have judged in my heart to be happy, and the 10th I will utter with my tongue. A man that hath joy of his children, he that liveth to see the fall of his enemies.
And he that liveth to see the fall of his enemies, man. And that's hey, you ain't a real man if you don't want that.
That's right.
You can't be a man of the Lord if you don't want that, because this is not all about love. The love is for the brothers, man.
You can't be a just man because this man rules unjustly.
Well, this 2 Thessalonians, if I may add on, this 2 Thessalonians 1:6. Saying it is a righteous thing with the Most High to recompense tribulation to them that trouble you. So if you about all love and not looking forward to the destruction of our enemies, all right, then you are not with righteous judgment. The law says eye for eye, tooth for tooth, life for life, strike for strike, burning for burning. And that's what our enemies. What it say in Revelation? Salakia. This Revelation, I believe it's 11. Salakia, brothers. Revelation 11:5. And if any man will hurt them, fire proceeded out of their mouth and devoured their enemies. And if any man will hurt them, he must in this manner be killed. Revenge on our enemies is a must.
It's biblical.
If you're not with that, you're not in the right spirit, man.
Right.
Salak.
You got a Jake that just got shot 60 times by police officers, and he was unarmed. They fired 90 shots at him in Akron. All right, 90 shots they fired at him. He got hit 60 times, and he was unarmed.
God,
and their excuse was that they thought he had a gun, or saying that he shot at them, but he was unarmed. They claimed that it was a gun in his car. He wasn't in his car. He was about 40 feet away from his car. And this guy got shot by all these police officers, and his body had 60 wounds in it. And they say 7 of them was when he was already down. They wouldn't even let this dude fall, man. It was like a shit out of a movie. They just kept shooting him, you know. They wouldn't even let him fall, man. They just kept hitting him, you know, making him dance. All right?
It's another video about a Jake that was some Edomites. He went in the woods with them cameras, and some Edomites tried to hang him.
Yeah.
And the Edomites was protecting him that he was with. And they was like, "Oh, you happy with your nigga friends?" Esau was trying to hang his ass.
Well, there it is, man. And then you have another situation that happened the following day or 2 days later. Well, I don't know where this happened, but you had an Edomite that shot and killed 3 police officers and shot 5 others. He got taken alive. All right. And then yesterday there was another one that shot 2 police officers, killed 2, and shot 4 or 5 others. Both of them got taken alive. Okay? But this unarmed so-called black man gets shot 60 times. And he has no weapon. Bring it out, brother.
Zechariah 11:5. Who possesses slaves and hold themselves not guilty.
Perfect.
And they that sell them say, "Blessed be the Lord, for I am rich, and their own shepherds pity them not." You know, so that's what it is. That hey, we're in the hands of Esau. You know, I mean, when the psalmist says that is become feeble, it's probably nothing worth, man. Hey, the Edomites think of you less than what, 1/3 man. And they still hold that same idea until today, man.
Yep, let us
Con,
strength.
can I read that scripture that's on the screen? That Chicago heirs of promise. It says Psalms 58:11, and it says, "So that a man shall say verily, there's a there."
I'm gonna start up on it for you.
Con, all right.
This is
go
Psalms
ahead,
58:10. The righteous shall rejoice when he seeth the vengeance. He shall wash his feet in the blood of the wicked.
bro. That's in my prayer nightly. Go ahead.
So that a man shall say, verily there is reward for the righteous. Verily he is the power that judges in the earth. And the Lord is going to allow the righteous to get, and as the saying goes, their hands dirty, man. He said they're going to wash their feet in the blood of the wicked. This is the revenge. And look, the men of old been looking forward to it. Jeremiah prayed it in the book of Lamentations. He's lamenting, hurt, beaten. You know, seeing his people go through it. And he says, I look forward to the day that they be made like unto me. This is what we've been looking forward to, for our enemies to go through the curses that we're going through, man.
Con.
That's the comfort. That's literally the gospel, man. This Isaiah 61:1. The Spirit of the Lord Yahweh is upon me, because Yahweh hath anointed me to preach good tidings unto the meek. And the word gospel means good tidings, good news, right? So this is going to tell you what the gospel is. He hath sent me to bind up the brokenhearted, to proclaim liberty to the captives, and the opening of the prison to them that are bound. It's going to tell you who it is, which are the Israelites, because we're the ones still in the land that's not ours, still in the hands of our enemies, right? To proclaim the acceptable year of the Lord, and the day of vengeance of our power, to comfort all that mourn. So that's the gospel right there, man. The Lord waking up his servants to come tell you that, look, you're going to be delivered. The Lord is going to come save you. And he's going to destroy the enemy. And that's our comfort. That's the good news. And we're going to be delivered. That Esau, Moab, Ishmael, Elam, Ham, which are the Africans, because we're not Africans, they will be in captivity under us. They will get their judgment, man. All right?
Yeah, and every nation he mentioned, they did a lot of dirt to us as well.
Exactly.
And I saw Rolek coming back down there. We're going to bring out you brother scriptures. Some sister put up, I saw some sister, Princess Tamar, the water for not calling herself a queen, sister. Yeah, she said, Shalom, wow, that shows 2/3. And I agree with her, right? Because he got hit 60 times out of 90. That is 2/3 of 90 is 60, right? And of course we know that clearly he was a 2/3 ass nigga. But it still angers you to see that being done to your people collectively. You know, it still angers you, man. All right, but bring out your scripture. Pop.
Okay, this is like I was saying. So this is Ecclesiastes 3. I'm gonna read verse 1 and jump down to 3. To everything there's a season, a time and a time. To every purpose under the heaven. Verse 3. A time to kill and a time to heal, a time to break down and a time to build up. The Lord is breaking down Esau's kingdom right now in front of us. And what is he doing? He's also building up the tabernacle of David.
That's right.
At the same time. Okay? So there's going to be death. There's got to be, because there's no changing of a kingdom without there being death involved. Okay? Whether it be a multitude or one single, as in back in Daniel when they went from the Medes of Persians to Darius or whatever, however that might have been. But yeah, so this is what it is. So we in that time now where, you know, everybody want to trying to look for love, and it's like, ain't no love. It's a killing season.
That's complete unbalance. All this God of love, and he's good all the time. That's a complete unbalance in the power that we serve, which is the only power, which is the ultimate power, which is Yahweh. All right, he is a God of balance, man.
That's right.
If
Right.
I may,
Yes, you may, brother.
I got a scripture here in the book of St. John, chapter 17, verse 14. This is in red. This is our Lord and Savior speaking. He said, I have given them thy word. So I, Yahushua, have given them, talking about those who's going to propagate the word out, which is the brothers. So the first and foremost is the 144. He said in that Revelation of 14, how that the 144 was the only one that knew this song and how to and have the ability to teach it, have the ability to prophesy the word of God, the will and plan of God.
Perfect example of what you're saying, and I'm gonna give it right back to you. I was on a bus yesterday on my way to camp, right? And there was an Ephraimite sitting in front of me, and I mean, this one was fresh off the island, Ephraimites. Well, at least it sounds like it, because he got that heavy Ephraimite, accent.
Right.
You know, in his English.
Right.
Because ones that's been here for a while, they speak English clearly for the most part. But he got that heavy, and he's breaking down, and he's talking to a head-headed Judite that's sitting next to him, and he's trying to tell her about the beauty and the power of God, and that God is not all love. And I'm sitting back listening to him, and you know, he was halfway on point with a lot of stuff he's saying. I was like, this dude probably gonna watch the videos, man. But I'm listening to him, and he told the woman that, hey, look, God is not all about love. They're telling you that it's only love. That's wrong. He said, because he told him, he said, the God of the Bible, he said, you know, he said that when in the day of Noah, Noah was the only righteous man. He said it didn't say that his wife was righteous. It didn't say that his sons was righteous. It said that he was righteous. Right? And his sons were, and he said, and the Lord put them on the ark, and all the other people on the earth died. He only saved Noah and his family, just so that later on, the righteous people could be born. He was completely on point with what he said.
Right.
And I'm like, damn, I'm like, damn, get down, bro. And then, you know, then of course, then he went and started saying some off shit.
Right.
And right afterwards, as soon as I gave him this credit in my head, you know, I'm ear hustling behind him because they was right in front of me, you know. But you know, he had that unction, but not according to knowledge.
Right.
Right. But the fact is, though, man, is that he understood that the God of the Bible, you know, and I can't remember the whole conversation, but he understood that the God of the Bible is a God of vengeance, and that he's going to get vengeance for his people, right? Because he said something to that effect.
That's right.
All right.
Because here it is. This world was given over into the hands of the wicked. This world was given over into the hands of man and creation to just do creation ways and see the consequence of that. All right. See, the consequence of creation ways is death. The consequence of the Most High's ways is life everlasting. So they're going to get vengeance of those who was about the way of creation, was about the way of man, which is the opposite of the way of the Spirit, the way of the Most High God. He said, how those that's of the flesh, or the flesh, is not subject to the
law,
neither can be, because it's the opposite. All right, you have the Most High in His wisdom, that perfect balance, and He said, look at the works of the Most High. There are 2 and 2. So you said that's why He said you can't serve mammon. You know what I'm saying? You know, and Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah. You're gonna be about one. But let me go back to this St. John 17 and 14. So it says, I have given them thy word, and the world have hated them. Because here it is, those that's given the word, the brothers, all right, the brotherhood, to propagate this word out, all right, we must speak the truth. And the truth of the matter is, like the elder brother Benji was saying, the good news, the gospel, all right, is ultimately Yahweh Shai in the kingdom of heaven. Mm-hmm. So right here in this second Esdras, chapter 4 and 28, it says, but as concerning the things whereof thou askest me, I will tell thee. For the evil is sown, but the destruction thereof is not yet come. So the evil is sown in this present evil world, but the destruction thereof is not yet come. Check it out. It says, verse 29, if therefore that which is sown be not turned upside down, and if the place where the evil is sown pass not away, then cannot it come that is sown with good. So here it is, that's the kingdom of heaven, which is sown with good. That's our ultimate desire. That's the ultimate goal of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. And here it is, the brothers are on one accord with the Most High on that.
That's right.
But before the kingdom of heaven that's filled with all good things, righteousness, before it get here, this place that was sown with evil has to be destroyed. So here it is, the brothers that's on one accord with Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, that's speaking the word of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, they must speak of the destruction of this present evil world. But people love this present evil world. So when we speak of the destruction of a place that people love, then now we are the hate group. We're the bad guys. See, because we have a message here, and they hate the message.
Well, we want to tell people that that they have to straighten up and do right, follow the law, statutes, and commandments, follow the ways of life, and they want to still go and
Exactly.
and do what they want to do. Go have a hot girl stomach and then go to the doctor and let some doctors put some piece of equipment up inside of you that have apparatus that's like a crocodile's mouth and teeth, and pull the legs and limbs off little tiny babies that's inside of you. Literally, that's how they do it. They grab a leg, then they grab another leg, then they grab the arm, then they grab the head. And they know when they got the head, it literally bites, it pulls up, it's like a crocodile. And it goes in there, and that's what it does. So it's a very painful and destructive. You literally are ripping them to pieces as if you toss them in the water with crocodiles. And all the little baby crocodiles grab the hold of them and grab the pieces of them and start ripping them off, man.
Right.
So that's a whole life in there, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, and sometimes they don't come out in a full piece.
They come out in pieces because they literally, it's designed to grab and rip off what it grabs. So they literally pull off a leg, pull off a leg, pull off an arm, pull off an arm, grab the. I got a video that would show it to you, but I don't want them to give us to strike the channel down, man.
Hey.
Because I watched a TikTok video and they did an animation thing on how it's done, and they know when they got the head because this white substance comes out, and then after they pull the whole baby out, they put pull a dead body back together.
Right.
All right.
And
For whatever reason, and then they keep it for science. And if it's got melanin, then they're gonna grind that shit up and sell it so that they can make SPF sunscreen and all kind of other makeup and shit for women, especially Edomite women.
See, real quick, and we the brothers have the unpopular job to speak down on that.
Exactly.
But then you got people talking about pro-choice and my body, my choice, my body, all that stuff. But here it is, we, the brothers, have the unpopular job to speak against it because we don't want to accord with the message of Yahweh Shem Yahweh
Right.
Shai.
And they hate the truth that's in the Bible, man.
That's right.
It's just like I watched a video where a brother was telling me, was teaching a lesson on how a young brother in the faith, wife threatened to leave him if he kept teaching about Isaiah 4:1. That's part of the gospel.
That's like third best part, second, third best part.
Right. Another thing with that, with the abortion, they say sometimes the babies come out crying. They come out crying, crying state. Yeah, because they're alive.
Well, you can see their tear ducts and they're in
Yeah.
pain.
And then the scriptures talk about it go into conceiving seed. As soon as a woman, becomes pregnant.
You know what?
she
Read it,
conceives.
brother. Don't try to
It was
read
it was a
Don't
bitch.
stop.
It was a bitch that had a sign. It was talking about forced. What's she called when they close your balls? So
Vasectomy.
yeah, forced vasectomy. He said we should do forced vasectomies because life starts with the seed.
But that means she knows.
But that means she cut herself. So how's abortion?
She cut herself.
How's abortion allowed if you just said the life starts
So
with
the
the
life
seed?
started with the seed. What that means that when it went into you, it was already alive.
So
that also proves your heritage through the man. All right, that your racial identity comes through your father, not your mother. It's just so many, they constantly cutting themselves, man. Bring that scripture out, brother.
It's Leviticus 2 and
Then we gotta bring this video out.
1. And Yahweh spake unto Moses, saying, speaking to the children of Israel, saying, if a woman have conceived seed and born a male child, and it pretty much it's talking about the birth, but when why you think you're unclean when you seed come out of you, because life comes out of you. Right? You gotta wash yourself. You get all that off of you, man. All right? When you when your sperm is alive, man. All right? Sperm is a living organism. All right? Just like your white blood cells, your red blood, and these things are living creatures. That's why the scripture say the blood is life. It's living organisms inside of us. Our sperm is children.
So now supposedly when they look through the super microscope,
Right.
they look at the seed and it looks like a little embryo.
Yeah.
Right.
Like a little
Tadpole.
embryo.
It says,
Like it looks like a little baby, like a person.
Inside the tadpole, the part, the circle part, it looks like a little baby.
Yeah.
I got one to back that up. To add to it, this Wisdom of Solomon 7:1. I myself also am a mortal man, like to all, and the offspring of him that was first made of the earth. And in my mother's womb was fashioned to be flesh, in the time of 10 months being compacted in blood of the seed of man, and the pleasure came with sleep.
Yeah, so it say of the seed of man. So where would the life started? Life is already inside of the man.
And the baby sitting in the womb sleeping, chilling.
Yeah.
All right, and all of a
One
sudden,
ain't gonna never feed him.
here you come, letting somebody else go up inside of there that ain't even the father. All right, go up inside of you and invade your womanly parts and kill this child. How wicked is that, man? That's like opening up the door and let someone with a sword come in and slaughter your family, man.
You know what's funny? That was a part of the torture they did to us back in the day. They cut the woman's womb open and gave the baby. Now y'all willingly, like it says in Hosea, giving your children over to the murderer, man.
Right. And these people seek to murder us, all right? I'm going to have the brother play a video about a brother named Moses West. It's so spiritual that his name is Moses and we in the West.
That's the water dude.
Right, and he's a water guy, and he created an apparatus that creates water out of air. He takes the clean water. He's an Israelite, of course. Jacob is the form of all things. All right, and I see all these scriptures that's going on the comment board too. The beautiful scriptures. You'll have to read some of those. But the brother created a machine, an apparatus that creates. It pulls the water out of the air and makes clean drinking water, clean water. And he made a couple of these different machines, and one of them he sent to Flint, Michigan. He sent one to Puerto Rico. That's how you know it's Jake, man. He sent one to Puerto Rico.
His people.
He sent to his people, right. He sent one to Flint, Michigan. I forget where the other ones went to. But the one in Flint, Michigan, in Jamaica, the one in Flint, Michigan got destroyed. You know who destroyed it. It wasn't Jake that destroyed it.
He described it. Somebody literally opened up and went to the computer part of it and did their thing. It wasn't just vandalized. They went to the components and fucked it up.
Yeah. So,
another one,
if you would, brothers, play that video real quick, Barbecue Shop. Because it just goes to show you the hatred that they have for Jake, man, and why we're going to get such vengeance on them. All right?
Yeah. He built another one, though, because he mentioned it. He talked about he's going to put another one there because... And he was smart, too, because he didn't say no direct names on who did it. But he pretty much was like, you know who did this shit.
But he sent it to a place that was known for the filthiness of the water that they had. Flint, Michigan had that fucking water tank that the water was so contaminated.
Their water was completely contaminated in Flint, Michigan. The whole world knew about it. And the funny thing is, and it's still contaminated, but yet you can send billions of dollars over to Ukraine. Right? You can't take care of your own cities in your own country, man, your own land.
And it also shows you that Esau knows this technology because Jake made this shit in his fucking backyard.
He ain't about clean. You know,
right,
just like the man that made engines that run on water. And as soon as because lots of people did, but when you try to patent it, then you get off. But go ahead, brother. They unalive your ass.
Natural resource we often take for granted near the Great Lakes. But Moses West knows a water crisis is quietly growing.
Everybody knows we're running out of water.
A problem the retired ranger spent the past 4 years working to eliminate.
All the water that we need it exists right here in the air.
He believed so strongly in that idea. In 2015, West invented an atmospheric water generator, or AWG, a machine that takes in air and turns it into drinking water.
We're at the place now, I think, making 50, 100, 200, 250,000, 1 million gallons of water at an incredibly low energy consumption. I think cheaper than groundwater by far. Cheaper than desalination.
So for 12 of these
that's enough of it right there.
West planted them in 3 areas.
And that's just that enough. Hearing that was enough. He created 12 of them, but he said it's cheaper than water production the way it normally is. And like Arala said, you know, they've had this technology. I have a dehumidifier in my basement that keeps that pulls the moisture out there, and I have to dump it every day. It fills up with water, right? Because if not, then that's how mold begins to grow.
Right, right.
All right.
Better than the
And
spaces.
so they know this. All right. But therein it lies. Number one, it was going to be helpful to the citizens of that city of Flint, Michigan, which is mostly Jake. All right, and a bunch of poor Edomites. Right. And secondly, it was going to hurt their bottom line because Esau don't care about people. He really cares about money. All right, because this was cheaper than the water. It was cheaper than getting water the regular way.
And you actually, it's funny because you got resources now where you actually got to buy water to have clean water now.
And then it still really isn't clean.
Exactly.
Because they're labeling it as clean and it really isn't
It
clean.
is.
And then we all know about the plastic residue that's in the water container, inside the containers when we buy them, filtered and clean water. Now you're getting the plastic residue because scientifically they said that almost every American has a certain level of microscopic plastic in their blood now.
Right. Finish this.
Go ahead.
Okay, this is Psalms 82. I'm starting 4. Deliver the poor and needy. Rid them out of the hand of the wicked. They know not, neither will they understand. They walk on in darkness, and our people still love it so. All the foundations of the earth are out of course. Because we still up under this Edomite fucking rulership, and he doesn't know how to run this planet. The only thing he knows how to do is run it into the ground.
God, the earth is in dire need of new management. And trust and believe, people, the Lord has new management set up. It's just,
The brothers.
His word, it's the brothers, exactly. That 112,000 from each one of the 12 tribes under the guidance of Yahushua himself. All right, the 12 in Yahushua. That's how it's going to be, man. All right?
Hey, can I finish this?
Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
So going back to this St. John 17 and 14, and then I'm going to jump down. So 14, it says, I have given them thy word, and the world hath hated them, because they are not of the world, even as I am not of the world.
That's right.
And just like we read in that 2nd Esdras 4, he said that the place that's filled with good things, which is the kingdom of heaven, the eternal kingdom, cannot come until this place, this present evil world, is judged by way of fire. So he's saying that he is not of this particular one right here. That's the temporal one. That's the evil one that's slated for a judgment by way of fire. So guess what? Those that's on one accord with him, starting off with the brothers, all right, have the like mind. So this is St. John. I'm gonna jump down to verse.
One body.
That's it.
How often do you come up with a topic or you go into a video and without turning on your computer, without looking into your phone, and all of a sudden when you post that video and you go back later and other brothers have put up a video on the same subject matter.
Yeah.
It happens every day.
The last bitch I was dealing with, she said when she was watching the video, she thought we scripted it. Like we had a plan every Saturday with the elders and us, and that's what we're going to the line on Saturdays. She realized, it's a spirit.
Yep.
She thought it was scripted.
Well, then at least you realized it.
Well,
So this is verse 20. It says, neither pray I for these alone, not just for the 144 that's going to go out and propagate the word out to the people. It says, but for them also which shall believe on me through their word. So the men, women, and children who is going to believe on the words of the prophets, all right, because the prophets are speaking the word through the Holy Spirit that's put upon them. Then the men, women, and children are believing on the words of the prophets through the Holy Spirit that's put upon them.
Come,
all right?
you got brothers on the comic boards that's not in camps. You got sisters on the comic boards, man. So they believing on the word of the prophets because they believing on it, then the Spirit is working with them, man.
That's it. So here's verse 21. It says that they all may be one, as thou, Father, art in me and I in thee, that they also may be one in us, that the world may believe that thou hast sent me, and the glory which thou gavest me I have given them, that they may be one, even as we are one, I in them, and thou in me, that they may be made perfect in one, and that the world may know that thou hast sent me, and has loved them as thou hast loved me. And that's the brothers, man, who first and foremost is glorifying Yahushua, all right, by extolling Yahushua, walking in the footsteps of Yahushua to the best of our ability, sharing the same mind and accepting the will of the Father and how we're going to be perfected to be the righteous rulers, judges, gods in the eternal righteous kingdom, man. See, but it took this one where we're going to be against this present evil world and go through all our, basically to bear our cross and go through our passion just like our Lord and Savior.
Right?
I got a
Facing
precept back you up.
sickness, facing sickness, trial and tribulations.
Yep.
You know,
Persecution.
Persecutions and all that. Together as brothers and individually in our individual lives, man.
Right, and looking at the wickedness in this world and wanting it to cease.
Oh, yeah.
That's it.
Done.
That's it.
Yeah.
No, I got a precept to what you just brought up. This is 1 Corinthians 2 and 16. It says, "For who hath known the mind of the Lord, that he may instruct him?" But we have the mind of the Messiah, man.
That's it.
Of the anointed, man. So we're gonna be in that same vibration. Matter of fact, let me follow it up real quick with this Luke 12 and 49, and this is in the red letter, so you know this is the Messiah. It says, "I am come to send fire on the earth, and what will I, if it be already kindled?" Man.
Yep.
So this is the Messiah.
Good time to get ready to upload that video.
And that phrase, well, is how I wish.
With
Yeah.
with
His
the brothers.
desire.
It's his desire.
United Airlines. Con.
So since we
Because-
got the mind.
Salaki, brother. Look, for the month of July, for anyone out there is listening, United Airlines have already canceled 12,000 flights. And United, I think it's bigger than American. It's bigger than American.
They got the same.
Either
They got the
way,
same.
well, you're looking at one of the biggest airlines in the world. This canceled 12,000 flights. And so what is that telling you? And something is going on, and so we already know that number one, it's got something to do with the people who took the jump shot, the pilots, right? The manpower, right? Because you can't, you get up there high in the air and your blood starts clotting. A lot of people, having problems because of certain things that they listen to because they believe the science. We won't say
falsely
much more.
spoken on.
But also it could also be because I'm not going to be shocked if American turn around and do the same thing, right? Because shit is about to start happening, man. We got less than 8 weeks of diesel left, and I think we got about 4 or 5 weeks of wheats left. So that stuff for what's it called? DEF, diesel something, exhaust fluid. Thank you, brother. Diesel exhaust fluid. It's over. Once they got about 5 weeks supply or less left. Once they run out,
no more.
There is no more. So that's barely getting us out of the summer, man. Once they run out, they said it's not going to be any more until late 2023 or 2024.
Oh,
so it's about to go fucking down because this shit is really about to happen, man. All right. So what that means is that we're about to be in dire straits, man. And what happens long after? What happens not long after that? Hey, the Lord gonna let the men of the Lord get loose, man. All right. We gonna get some of these scriptures. A lot of these scriptures that people are posting with some of the scriptures we're gonna bring out anyway, man. Those scriptures about that vengeance upon Esau. Because Jake literally about to be on his ass like white on rice, man. All right, and not only Jake, but the other nations as well, man. Because the world is seeing the Edomite as the problem.
That's it.
Okay, the world is seeing the Edomite as the problem. I think we played that video last week when the sister talked about the 77 colleges.
Right.
They did a survey on the 77 colleges, and 90% of the people agreed that if you got rid of white people, the world would be a better place.
Right.
And then it turns out that a very high, almost in everybody that she asked in these 77 colleges was white. So there was majority white women.
That's it.
Not so many white men are actually gonna say that. Some will. All right. But that's letting you know that even they know their own people know that they're the problem. And they truly are. They're the problem in the world. It just is what it is.
Remember on Saturday Night Live with Eddie Murphy, he said, "I'm live for white people."
Con.
And the women, what you say, the women, was it last summer sometime when you talk about how the women are starting to call their own men colonizers?
Colonizers. It's still, yeah. But a lot of white women are referring to their men as colonizers. Yeah. I have a client who he's always getting into it with his wife, you know, on racial issues and shit like that. She's a Elamite, and then she's always telling him that he, you know, that your people are just colonizers. You don't have a voice in this argument shit.
No more.
He always gets shut down, you know, on certain subjects. And his opinion.
No, does no longer matter.
Right. And so they go on to show you, man, that the world is tired. Nobody want to listen to you. And even he complains about it. Oh no, nobody want to listen to the old white guy anymore. Fuck that
Damn
white
right.
guy. And I'm in my head, I'm like, yeah, well, that's about right, Johnny. Nobody want to hear your ass no more, man.
That's
That's
it.
what you talk about. Ain't nobody trying to hear it, man. They've been listening to your lies and your fake ass history for way too long. All right? Yeah, go ahead, brother. Bomb the shot.
So United Airlines
Amen.
is canceling over 12,000 flights for the month of July. You don't find that suspicious? What they're saying is they don't have enough pilots to fly. Now I think we all pretty know what that's from, don't you? They all sick. They sick. You got to go get in that blood clots. They are all sick. Did they know what's going on? 2 reasons. They really finna activate that CERN, and you know planes can't be in the sky. I think. That's my personal opinion. Second, remember when they forced everybody in the industry had to get the JAB? Remember they said 99% complied, right? Now look at them. They won't even put this on the news. I'm talking about what the pilots are going through. They say you can't be at certain altitudes. Once your blood starts thinning out and all that, it's a clot and all that old
Stop
mess.
right there, brother.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, you can hey, look, man, that's just going to show you, because these pilots are away from other people. So you know they can't be catching you know what. So what exactly are they? So you know, so what's by the process of elimination? The medicine itself. Well, we'll leave it at that. All right, but you know, hey, these people and fuck them people for listening to this damn devil.
The bullshit.
And then you know, because it's another thing. What's happening too is that the conspiracy nuts and theorists are winning. They getting all the W's as of lately. And all the people who, you know, were talking all that dumb shit, that believed in you know, in CNN, ABC, CBS, you know, you're the ones that your children are dropping. Right. Your family members are dropping.
Calling us stupid and all
Dropping
You
like
know?
it's hot.
You know, telling people, well, then don't, if you get sick, then don't go to the hospital.
You ain't a doctor.
Right.
Yeah.
They're taking all the L's out.
What's that gas?
And you know what? The powers that be are aware that people know. That's why they want to get rid of TikTok.
That's right.
That's right.
Mhm. They're aware that people know. So the only thing left for Esau to do at this point, Revelation 6 and 4, is for him to come with that wrath, man. You know, Revelation, is it 12 and 12? You know what he had but a short time? Those 2 scriptures about that.
Got 6 and 4.
Come.
It's Revelation 6 and 4. And there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another, and there was given unto him a great sword.
Right, and that great sword, they're about to turn on each other and kill one another, man. All right, they really are. They're about to kill a whole bunch of other people, and they gonna. And the funny thing is, that a lot of these you know, quote unquote racist Edomites, they've been preparing for this great race war and the great fall, you know, and all the other things that was going on, and the truth of the matter is they're gonna be a lot of their guns and bullets is gonna be turned on their own people. See, the Lord had put them in the trick bag. You already the minority, all right. That's why you do it. You know that's what this whole thing about the abortion was about. You know, was to save white lives, which is still gonna backfire because now by not allowing abortions, you're going to, you know, you're gonna actually allow the women who are more fertile and the men who are more fertile to have their babies, which is still gonna outnumber you. Yeah. Right? Because it did turn out that 60% of the women getting abortion actually was white women, college-age white women. All right? Because why? Esau's policy backfired on him. He's the one that pushed, you know, career over family, lifestyle over children, and got a working woman over your right. So you got these women that, you know, in that mindset, they go to college and you know, 4 years of college, 2 years of to go get their master's, and another 2 years to go get their PhD or whatever. Within, you know, often what's happening in the first 4 years of college, man, you know, the average female is got 10 plus husbands every damn year of college. Mm-hmm. And I'm lowballing.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm lowballing.
It's funny you said that a couple of years ago when we was out there, and you said how they run through men and this, that, and the other.
30, 40 men before they get out of college.
And a woman walked by and she said, "That's right, raise the roof. That's right, that's right."
Little blonde chick in a white dress with blonde hair. She raised the roof. Yeah, I said, yeah, you're gonna go through 30, 40 men before you know, while you're in college. And then after college, you're gonna go to the workforce. You're gonna go through another troop of men, and then at the end of that, at 35 plus years old, on your way to 40 years old, you're trying to get married and have a baby and wear a white dress. And she said,
"That's how we do."
That TV show, Sex in the City.
Yes, Sex in the City.
Right. So the glorified woman be a whore. They have a song, more, how you like it, how you like it.
Damn.
It's true, because there was an Edomite woman. I took my wife out last night. It was an Edomite woman. She's like, "That's your wife?" I said, "Yeah." She's like, "I don't want to get married. I just want to be single for the rest of my life. I don't want married."
So basically what she's saying is that I just want to ride the carousel until I'm too old to ride it. Right? Yeah. And right, until the carousel don't want me no more. But guess what? The carousel gonna ride you. Right. All right. That day comes.
Oblivion.
Yeah. The carousel gonna ride you. You ain't gonna have no choice in it either. When it comes. All right. You ain't gonna be able to choose. Ooh, I like this carousel. No.
It don't even matter. A lot of these people into a lot of weird shit. A lot of people, you know, you go to these different sites, man. They into fucking watching old wrinkly bitches.
Well, nevertheless, it don't matter what they into.
Right.
When it's being done against your will, when you're not asking for it, when you don't want it, and that's what's happening. These rolling blackouts are coming, man. You could probably go on YouTube right now. Somebody do it and put in blackouts are coming and watch what pops up on YouTube.
Oh, they got whole maps.
So somebody do it. Let's put it on the screen if we can. Just to show you. So when these lights go out, man, hey, it's going to be a lot of spirits of vengeance. I just watched a video on TikTok. They showed something weird in the net. And all the girl said was, this was real footage from real fishermen, and it was something in that net almost looked like it had a webbed hand, and you saw them panicking trying to get the net back into the water. They were trying to get it off the boat, and all she said was these fishermen were mad. And I made a comment on the video, Wisdom of Solomon 11 and 18. Somebody grab it, because you're gonna start seeing all kind of weird apparitions. It's going to be a lot of things out here. That spirit of death, that spirit of destruction is going to be. And what people don't realize is the Grim Reaper is who they ignorantly call Jesus. And he's coming back the same way he did in Egypt to bring death to this place, man.
Plagues of Egypt are going to come back.
And the plagues of Egypt. God.
Yeah, they rolling through now.
What you got, Shimon?
This is Wisdom of Solomon 11 to 18. Unknown wild beasts full of rage. Matter of fact, verse 7.
Yeah, and whatever that thing was, it was going nuts in the net, and you can see them men were panicking. They looked like they was Moabites, and they were, you know, them deep sea fishermen, and they raised the net up, and they were trying, and they started going crazy, and they were trying to. You can see them
Hold on,
trying
hold
to
on, hold
put
on.
that shit back
Hold
on,
on.
put it back in the
Hold
water.
on. I thought Moab figured that if it moves, it's food.
No,
They were trying to do this. They want no part of
They ain't
this.
want no part of whatever the fuck that was. Put it back. Shit.
Yeah, Moab knows because if it moves, it's food. Go ahead, Al.
11:17, wisdom Solomon. For thy almighty hand that made the world of matter without form, wanted not means to send among them a multitude of bears or fierce lions, or unknown wild beasts full of rage, newly created, breathing out either a fiery vapor or filthy scents of scattered smoke, or shooting horrible sparkles out of their eyes, whereof not only the harm might dispatch them at once, but also the terrible sight utterly destroyed them.
And Egypt wasn't meant to go out like that, you know, because that's what it's going into. But the Lord didn't want to do that. But when you read Wisdom of Solomon, the 5th chapter, and the Lord said He's going to make the creature His weapon. All right, this time around. So we're going to see Leviathan pop up or hear about it. You know, hear some Leviathans, because it ain't just one creature. It got to be male and female, which they got offspring more than likely. But we're going to, Lord, we hear about it, see it, whatever. You know, not experience it, Lord willing. We're going to see these creatures destroy this place, man. All right? We saw the Lord what He did in Egypt. He said He made those crickets out of nowhere. Those crickets wasn't just there, the Lord called them. It said that they was made for that moment. The Lord just brought them out of thin air. A whole bunch of locusts. I'm saying crickets. Goddamn.
I knew what you meant, brother. But yeah, hey, as a matter of fact, man, you might have brothers moving around with Leviathans. Pointing them, directing them where to go.
Right.
So we're going to be in league with the beasts of the field.
They said we're going to be in league with the beasts of the field, with the stone. All right, we're going to have control over the elements. Yahweh Ratazai, it is us, man. All right? But yeah, you can just scroll through that. Let's just see how many videos. Just to look. It's been a lot of videos that are popping up talking about blackouts and how they're coming this summer. Okay? And some of them came from even different news sources. So it's not just people saying this. All right? You got news outlets. The president himself said it.
Yeah, they going into it. The reason they saying is they switching over to clean energy sources. And they got maps. They got maps of what the main power out blackout. Let me see if I can find them on Google, man.
Yeah, rolling power.
Because they got maps of the blackouts, what is supposed to happen. Like Illinois, they saying people are using too much energy. Which energy is every fucking word. Energy is every fucking word.
What is rolling blackout?
Yeah, which is bullshit. Because even in the beginning, Nikola Tesla meant for the electricity to be free. So all you have to do is make adjust your transformers and everything to the size of the population.
Energy is literally everywhere. That's everything that you see in front of you, or even things you don't see. Every particle has energy. That's literally E equals MC squared. Esau's a bitch, and he just wants to bring that sword.
But you know what? Let him bring it. We're looking forward to it. See, unlike other people, we're hastening the days of this madness, because there's no other way for us to get to the other side.
Right.
The Yaki scripture.
This place got to be overturned.
Right. We got to go through them straits to get to it, man.
That's it. So we welcome, what's to come, because what we're ultimately welcoming is the kingdom of heaven. But before the kingdom of heaven gets here, that means it's a transition of power. The scriptures talk about the prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence. All right, because it was always a transition of one nation of people in power to another nation of people coming into power. And so that was always with war, evil, pestilence. So it's going to be the same time this time, only this time is going to be the worst time. It's going to be the most war, evil, pestilence.
Hey, I got to use this precept to go with this, because this is adding something to the narrative. This is Isaiah 19:1. The burden of Egypt, behold, the Lord rideth upon a swift cloud, and shall come into Egypt And the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence, and the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it. We're seeing that start to happen. The morale of Egypt, aka America, is going down. This is my big Egypt, Revelation 11:8. And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight everyone against his brother, and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. So the division is set. Now, President Trump, he says the Democrats' green policy supports gas prices up, electricity interrupted. Because that's the whole thing. They want to switch to a clean energy source. So they say that's going to cause these blackouts. But Trump is letting you know this shit is not going to work the way you think, man. It says that all these states that are going green, it doesn't work. And wait until you see what happens. Wait until you see what happens. This is violence. The sword is going to come down on you motherfuckers, man.
It's going to be
This is Trump saying this. This 45 saying this, man.
4-5 on your ass. Look, and look, you got, every time it's hot as hell in a city like Chicago,
It goes up.
you know, Miami, places like that, especially Chicago and New York, right? And you can count Philly and you know, and different places, Baltimore, places like that as well.
New Orleans.
All right, because you're right, New Orleans, the violence, you know, goes to the roof, man. What do you think's gonna happen?
No
All right.
911.
When you know, when it's 80, 89, 90 degrees outside, and it's complete darkness.
And
You know,
heat, agitation. So it makes you angry. That's in Romeo and Juliet. I forget what act the scene it was, but they were in the park, and he made sure that he mentioned that it was hot as fuck out, and they were drinking wine, and that led to a very bloody scene in Romeo and Juliet when you read through the play, man. You know, and
which was written by a black man, by the way.
That's right.
Yep.
Another thing, the Israelite woman who got raped by her brother's friends. I don't know if brother seen it.
I saw that. I didn't really like going to the story.
Yeah, but
some shit. It wasn't real.
And that bitch got beat the fuck up. She said,
You talking about what she called the cops?
no, she said, get you an Israelite man, because they said this. She said, I don't know, because
That
when
wasn't
I
real.
read.
Oh yeah, when I read when it was written, that was some
But it's
bullshit.
gonna happen.
But that's gonna
That's
happen.
gonna happen.
That's Isaiah 4:1.
Yeah, when I read through it, when the way it was worded,
Right.
I almost believe that was some Edomite trying to just frame the brothers and you know, some kind of
But another thing too, what happened in New Orleans? Them niggas was flooded out. Hey, in the
And the
that
women didn't
stadium,
get raped.
in that
Women
stadium.
and dudes.
No,
get raped.
it was they was raping the gangbangers, the Bloods that's down there. They was raping the little boys.
Yeah, all the
One
stuff
little boy,
Super Bowl.
they raped a little boy so bad till he died. A child.
Riveting.
You know, yeah. And then you gotta think about Atlanta, all them bug outs.
Yeah, they said they were raping women inside the Superdome.
Yep.
They want circles around, so nobody can see in the circle, and the woman be in the middle, get
Circle
jacked
church.
in.
That's why it's called the Superdome, huh?
You know, it was chaos. And then
And then guys that had food, and then the thugs took over all the food and water, and if a woman wanted some food and water,
You know what you gotta
she
do.
had to do something to get
You
it.
know the name of the building we in, bitch? Do it.
She got to drink some water, all right?
Yeah.
The dog.
We don't need that Superdome.
So
Hey, look, and we don't got no remorse for it, man. Hey,
no, I don't feel
the
sorry
Lord-
for none of them,
The
man.
Lord called us to repentance, man. And our people refuse. Look, we deal with these niggas all the time, and they believe in anything but the Lord. In fact,
We
yesterday,
understand judgment, and we
Yeah.
understand that the difference between the 1/3 and the 2/3.
somebody grabbed that Chronicles, and the man would not serve the Lord, or the
Chronicles 18.
you just couldn't grab it, brother.
And we know that all those people who were getting that judgment were the 2/3.
That's right.
Right.
And so it's like okay, well they were 2/3 anyway. The hell with them. Maybe 2/3 are the reason we're in this predicament that we're in.
And it says they see vain visions, reasons for banishment. You're the reason that we're banished right now, man. Yesterday on the line, this nigga comes up, he believes in everything but God. He believes in the Quran, he say he believes in the stars, the moon. So we talking about the Bible, I don't believe in God though, but he wrote that whole Quran after that. They believe in everything but the truth, man. You niggas gotta die. Some of you niggas gonna get raped to death. Alright, not just you bitches, that's gonna be some niggas getting raped to death, man. Because they said they declare they sin as Sodom. What was Sodom trying to do? They tried to rape the angel.
I got scripture for you.
Also talk about how basically your fear is gonna come upon you.
That's right.
There's a lot of men that's like they show you that in the Boondocks how he was scared. And
Oh,
he
yeah.
was like, I like you and I want you.
Yep.
You know,
the booty warrior dude.
Booty warrior. They made a whole thing about, but hey, look, it's a lot of niggas in these prisons. They gonna get out.
There's a lot of niggas on these streets, man. That's on that shit.
That's on that. Completely on it.
The nigga punched the nigga, knocked him out, one-hit quarter, then picked him up by his motherfucking belt line and carried him off. They recorded the shit. They said, that's him right there.
Yeah.
They recorded the whole interaction.
Nigga gonna wake up with a dick in his ass.
That's some, oh my God.
You know?
But it's gonna happen. Read that, Bob.
Yeah, and that's some gay ass shit, but that's what's gonna happen, man. I just sent you a video. Read that, bro. Go ahead.
This is 2 Chronicles, chapter 15, verse 12. It says, and they entered into a covenant to seek the Lord thy power of their fathers with all their heart and with all their soul, that whosoever shall not seek the Lord power of Israel shall be put to death, whether small or great, whether man or woman. There you go.
By their own devices, man. And then we go ahead and play that video about the shot. Which we can play it on that. You can see her face. All right, Pops, after this video.
Okay.
But, you know, you got a lot of women speaking up now, all of a sudden, about, you know, the atrocities that women are doing to men, and, you know, specifically Jake, and how they need to correct themselves. And my only thing, I mean, it's good what she says, but my thing is that where were you women at, you know, in the past? Now that they can see that the prophecies are coming true, now that you can see that things are falling apart, now all of a sudden you're sorry and you're scared and you're alone, or you need, why are you challenging our leaders and right, we were made to follow, and well, no, bitch, because you could just go back a couple years ago, you was like, fuck them niggas.
Hey.
All right, not even. Okay.
Shit, just 2019 until that motherfucking vid hit, that co hit, it was still fuck these niggas, man.
Yeah, they was turning up, doing sluts.
But then when shit started getting real, they started making little statuses on Facebook. We need to get with us a man that can hunt. Can you hunt? Can you fish? Can you do this?
Yeah.
They realize they need that protection. And then they still ain't fuck shit right now.
Right. Hey, that's the Denise Williams song. Too little, too late to ever try again. It's over, bitch.
Go ahead, Ariana, pump that video for that. What speaker? You got one job.
Right. It turned out because I had to technical difficulties.
DJ.
We'll be right back after these messages.
Right. A word from our sponsor.
Are you tired of
Yeah,
the
because she
world?
goes in on women. But my thing is where have you been over the years when all these women were abusing?
That's it. And I did it.
Right, there was a comedian that brought that out about these Edomite women. They're like, hey, you bitches were standing and calling for these niggas to get hung. Don't just dip on them now. It was the comedian, the one that dealt with Dave Chappelle. He was basically saying how these white women don't get a pass because now they're basically flipping camp.
Yeah, because they point out the fact, like, a lot of these white women, you got these white women being Job 27 and 15. Well, it's prophesied that they would, but women, they gravitate toward power, and the women, their eyes just see that the so-called white man is losing his power. He's not, he's not. You got. There's probably 1,000 videos on the internet with white women saying that they don't want to have babies with white men. All right, they don't want to. Yeah.
Say it.
Squirrel babies.
When have the role of a man ever been accepted, appreciated, or respected by a fucking woman? I'll answer the question, never fucking ever. Even though a woman gave birth to him, even back in the day when men was taking care of the household, women went to vote to work. Then they want to vote to have the right to get the same pay as a man. Then they want to motherfucking vote to do the same job as a man. Then these booty head ass bitches want to grow up and be a man. This is what the fuck I'm talking about. The role of a man has never been respected. Women want to be equal to their leaders. Now how the fuck that works, Satan? That's some demonic ass shit. How you equal to the motherfucker you supposed to be following? With your booty head ass? Cause bitch, if you go and then you don't need them. But I guess that was the point that you voted for the right to work and you think you run everything. I know how much his paycheck is, where he going, what he doing, who he doing, and we're trying to run his whole motherfucking life. But you know what? I don't know shit. I'm gonna get the fuck on and shut the fuck up. Don't shoot the messenger. I'm out of here.
Somebody gotta say it. And I did.
All right, so yeah, so she said some about she said some real shit. I give her that. But where was you at when you know all these Jerry Springer episodes? All these bitches with their finger there and their neck going in fucking circles and shit, man. Talking all that shit about men, right? You know, running them back. You gotta take 5 different men through paternity court until you find the father, and all that kind of bullshit.
See, I know what she really saying and all that. It ain't got nothing to do with the man to respect her. She just don't want to fucking work. She want a man to take care of her. That's all that was.
But the crazy part, a woman asked her, well, where was your man at? And she said, God is building him for me. So she don't even got no man. So you just saying all this shit. Bro, I saw the
somebody said that on
yeah, another woman asked her, she said, so where your man at? She said, oh, God is building him for me.
Oh, you know what? God is building for you. And he coming with a sword for your ass. Alright? He coming for you. Alright? You're gonna be included in that Ezekiel 9:4 crap. Alright? She gonna get her man. Go ahead, brother.
I want to bring this up. This is Isaiah 13:16. Their children also should be dashed to pieces before their eyes.
Speak up, brother.
Isaiah 13:16. Their children also should be dashed to pieces before their eyes. Their houses should be spoiled and their wives ravished.
That smacking sound. Alright? Smack, 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 smack. Tag team. Smack, smack, smack. Yeah, exactly. Come. Hey, that's gonna be happening to a lot of you because, hey, like I said, because that's what you were doing, man. You were jumping from man to man. Ooh, it's gonna be bad for a lot of you women, man. And some of you men too, man. I watched some crazy ass movie called Rising of Valhalla. And this dude put a curse on these men, and they all went crazy, man. And there was a scene where all the men were getting fucked up shit done to them. And it was one dude out there getting raped in the mud by another man on the battlefield, man. All right? Out of all this shit, it's like, God damn, man, the dude over here raping the other dude, man. They're on the battlefield, you know, people slaying and killing. Right. So,
that's some Alexander shooting.
You know, so hey, some of you men gonna be getting taken out here too, man. You know, you heard the rumors about the supposedly gay gangs down in Atlanta that would be jumping jumping straight dudes and raping them.
It was an incident in Chicago where it was in traffic. The dude got out, beat him up, and then raped him at the traffic light. Raped him over on his car, on his own car.
Sound like some West Side shit.
Yeah.
That's some sick shit, man. I just saw a video too with some bloods beat up a dude that was doing some gay shit. And I guess some video surfaced of one of their guys, giving some top to another man, and they whooped him.
That shit crazy. I got a scripture. This is Psalms 94:23. And he shall bring upon them their own iniquity, and shall cut them off in their own wickedness. Yea, and Yahweh their power shall cut. Yahweh our power shall cut them off. So a lot of shit that these people into, a lot of these women into adultery, they gonna get adulterated, alright? They gonna get fully adulterated.
Yeah, a lot of these club bitches. And like you said, this society is completely collapsing, man. I was watching a video, and basically the guy said another thing that's happening in this society right now is that people are coming and bringing their dogs to the shelters because they can't afford to take them anymore, and they can't afford to take care of them. And mostly the big dogs. People keeping their little dogs, which I don't call dogs. You got a damn cat dog, you ain't got no dog. All right, but they're taking that big because the food for the dogs is costing so much, especially if your dog is older and you got to buy the better food. You know, because it's right.
The dog can hunt if they were smart, you know.
But the point being is that these people are taking their dogs to these so the shelters are being overrun with dogs.
Right.
And like I said, nobody's adopting the bigger ones. That's just going to show you, because what you got to understand is, man, the Edomites love their dogs.
Love.
They take their dogs to the grocery store, to the restaurants. You go to a restaurant, you eat. You sit almost all the restaurants on the north side, majority of them, will let you bring your dogs in. You sitting down having your dinner, and you look over, and it's a dog laying under the table.
He waiting for the damn
They throw birthday parties for their dogs.
You know, these people. So when you got white people that are surrendering their, hey, look, because they'll pass up a homeless dude and feed a dog.
Yep.
All right, but when these people are are taking their dogs to these shelters, and all the shelters are gonna do is they're gonna eventually put all these dogs to death because they can't feed them. They can't. No one's adopting the big dogs, man. People only adopting and taking the little dogs, man, which are all gonna end up being eaten anyway.
I was gonna say.
All the little dogs are gonna be eaten. It's gonna get bad out here, man. And then you're gonna have a lot of people that they can't afford to take care of their dogs anymore, and they just gonna let them go.
Chicken town,
And
man.
so we already told you, then it's gonna be packs of dogs like it was back in the day, except these dogs gonna be eating people.
They domesticated dog,
Yeah.
but a domesticated wolf.
You know they're gonna be attacking, and you're gonna have a pack of dogs. You gonna have people that's gonna die by packs of dogs.
Let the dogs out.
Yep. Right. Who let the
It was a
dogs
bitch
out?
that got attacked by a pack of Dobsons. The little hot dogs.
Oh,
I
damn.
get judgment. Yeah.
Damn, they fucked her ankles up, huh? She
You
can't
imagine
wear no,
that?
she can't wear no flip
I
flops.
want to see that.
Right?
Damn, a pack of Dobsons.
Yeah.
Cause they can't even when they raise up, so her from the knees down,
Down.
she all fucked up.
They broke that bitch
You can't take
down.
out my hot dog.
Sound like a bitch.
Damn.
Alright.
I got one, this Job 4 and 8. Even as I have seen, they that employ iniquity and sow wickedness reap the same. All right, what the brother Rala read, man. And the Lord is like that. With what you've been into, the Lord will bring that judgment upon you. We got that example in Judges. That one when he played the harlot, and she got raped to death. All right, when you read, what is it, Judges the 5th chapter? No, it's the 1st Samuel. It talks about how Agag made many women childless, so now his mother be childless. It was worded like that to show that what you be on, that's how you go out, man. No, hey, that's the wisdom of Solomon. They worship those alligators and different animals. And that's why the Lord brought those specific plagues on them, man. And they worship fucking frogs and shit, man. So the Lord put those plagues on them. I gotta find that wisdom of Solomon. It says it too. It goes hard. But come, the Lord bring on you what you into.
Hey, which goes into the
Your own wickedness.
What goes into Proverbs 1, they say when your fears fall upon you like a desolating whirlwind, man. Like the things, even the things that you was into, but the things that you're afraid of, and like it, the movie It, it killed you. It pretty much killed you with your worst fear.
Your fear.
All right, he used your fear against you. Whatever you was afraid of,
That's what he attacked you.
that's what he hit you with and made you weak, and that's how he ended up killing you, eventually eating you. And a lot of you people, you got people that's scared of balloons. You got people that's scared of clowns, and you know it's clown gangs out here.
Spiders.
Now,
Actually, you did have a bunch of clowns running around killing people at one point in time, man.
Hey, it's even a whole story about the West Side shit. What's his name?
Rats,
Homie
snakes.
the Clown.
He chased my cousin.
Oh, late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah, Homie the Clown. It was a nigga out west that rode around in a van.
Took on that persona, Homie the Clown.
And he took on the persona of Homie the Clown. They called him Homie the Clown. Yep. And he was a nigga that was dressed up like a clown going around raping bitches. He was snatching bitches up in his van out west. And he was
That shit was happening
he was dressed like
South.
That was happening out south. Because
That was happening out
when I
south,
was a little kid, about 5, 6, they was snatching kids around my school. They said they wore clown masks. It was breaking the little girl.
When I was about 16, there was one guy chasing my cousin Hershey, man. He was crying and shit. He was chasing me, trying to kill him and shit on the cloud.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
And these
So they be spirits. Damn, as soon as I said it, it popped up on the screen.
Shit.
Spirits created for vengeance. Matter of fact, we got to go back and go through and read some of the scriptures.
And the Lord is a power to be feared, man. You know, the Lord controls everything, man. He's literally the architect of everything, right?
A little bit more. Start at that one right there.
You know,
The second Ezra, and then we're gonna work our way down. We're gonna just read some of these scriptures off before we,
Come. This is 2nd Ezra 15 and 7. Therefore saith the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more, as touching their wickedness which they profanely commit. Neither will I suffer them in those things. I'm gonna pull up on the phone because
Come.
I don't got the whole thing.
Yeah, that's mine. That's cut out. You said our shit.
Yeah, boy, you sitting right there, man. Why you read it?
I'm holding my peace.
This ain't holding your peace.
I just posted it, but it wouldn't let me post it all the way down. I was on it, man. Today I'm just.
Don't be the guy to hand your partner.
We put up again. Just go ahead and read it, brother.
I saw his name right there. Luke 15:7.
Second verse 15:7. Therefore saith the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their weakness, which they profanely commit. Neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and the righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually. And therefore saith the Lord, I will surely avenge them, and receive unto me all the innocent blood from among them.
So the Lord is going to definitely judge them. You know, Esau time is up. The Lord has heard our cries from his hopefully elect and the prophets. He's going to bring vengeance upon Esau, Edom, aka America. There's no way around it. God, yesterday we were on the line, I was with the God, and noticed this couple on the corner, and I actually thought it was a man and a woman, but it ended up being two women. And you know, and it was a vexation because the skinny one was standing behind her. She was tall too, so I thought it was a dude. She's standing behind the other Edomite chick with the wide flat ass, and she rubbing her flat ass. So I thought it was a dude rubbing on this woman's ass, and I'm like, damn, man, you know. Then I looked again, I was like, damn, that's two bras, man. And then when we made a complaint about it, and then literally 2 seconds later, became two dudes. Two Jakes. Right? And the crazy thing is that they would have been perfect matches for those two women. Because one of the Jakes was he was chubby, he could have been with the chubby chick, and the other Jake was tall and skinny, he could have been with the tall, skinny chick. But it didn't, and it was like, damn, but this place is upside down and backwards, and there has to be a judgment out there. It has to be. Go ahead and read the what, God's.
This is Romans 12:1. I beseech you therefore, brethren, by the mercies of the Most High, you present your bodies a living sacrifice, wholly acceptable unto the Most High, which is your reasonable service.
And that is our reasonable service, man, to go on the highways and byways and feed the sheep. You know, the Lord asked Peter, who is David, 3 times. You know, if you love me, feed. I mean, he told him 3 times. You know, if you love me, feed my sheep, man. So that's our first job. That's our first job above anything else, is to go out and feed the flock, and that's our reasonable service, to make ourselves a living sacrifice, to do so, man. All right, go ahead, go up, brother. Yeah, I wanted to read that one.
Asher.
Go ahead.
Amos 1:11.
No, there was one that somebody had posted, maybe it was up further, Amos 5 and 10. Or 5
yeah, Amos 5 and 10. They hate him up, do it in the gate.
I'll
read it for you. I got you. This is Amos chapter 5, verse 10. They hate him that abjureth in the gate, and they abhor him that speaketh uprightly. That brother posted that when
Yaakov
was reading in St. John. And ultimately, Yahweh Shai said in St. John the 3rd chapter. All right, these people love darkness rather than light, because he that cometh to the light, deeds are manifested and reproved. They don't want to be reproved. They don't want to change their ways. Ultimately, us teaching this word, and we're raining on that parade. They having a funky good time, doing what the hell they want to do, man. And we tell them, nah, man, you can't do this. That's not right.
We the light shining in the dark room, man.
That's
and
right.
Everybody knows if you got a room full of bugs all crawling across the floor having a party, then they're getting their house on, and you turn the light on, they all scatter, man.
Right.
They want to run for the darkness again. Go ahead and read that Psalms up. Bring that Psalms up. 9, 15, 16.
This is Psalms 9 and 15. Psalms 9 and 15. The heathen are sunk down in the pit that they made, and the net which they hid is their own foot taken.
Right, so a lot of their own philosophies and a lot of their own ways is coming to backfire on them. You know, like the poke, the okey doke, and many other things, man. Like that killed a baby thing, that abortion thing. It turned around and it backfired on them. They become the minority now. All right? Go ahead and read the next one.
Verse 16, the Lord is known by the judgment which he executed. The wicked is snared at the work of his own hands. Higgalon, Selah.
So now they on TV crying. You know, they mad because these women, the little freedom that was given to them by Esau, Esau's trying to take it away from them, and they throwing a fit. They throwing a fit.
Thank you, Trump, for this victory for the white race.
Yeah, that shit was crazy. I mean, no, bitch, you said what you meant. Right. You said what you meant, man.
This 2nd Ezra 15 and 11. But I will bring them with the mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof. And that's what we're looking forward to, man. Like Elder Malfoy started the lesson off with saying, the brothers is looking for that vengeance, that revenge, man. And the Lord will avenge us. And he made it clear he's going to avenge his elect, man. Or he made it clear that he that touched the apple of his eye. The Lord said it, man. He was a little angry with us, man, but y'all helped forward the affliction. So when he was done chastening us, Isaiah the 10th chapter, when he was done punishing Zion, he's going to come punish the stout heart of the king of Assyria. And we're watching the king of Assyria scramble. Every policy that this is modern day Assyria. Every policy that America makes, they're literally cheddar-bobbing themselves, man, shooting themselves in the fucking foot. All right, they destroy their own citizens. All right, damn the 100 food factories and manufacturers went up in flames.
He just sent me a list about it.
That's a spirit.
Matter of fact, show it to him. Just show it to him. As
Soon
as you said it.
Canals was
yeah, go ahead and show it.
But like at 3-4 is when all the food get blown up.
Look at that. That shit is crazy.
These are big ones. The Nestle food plant, Walmart warehouse distribution center, Shearer's food plant in Henderson, Bonanza Meat Company, Westside food processing plant in San Antonio. Shit, this is
going up
crazy.
since March.
Yeah, there's a 100th one was just the other day. So it's of 100 different food processing plants with different types of food in America that's all been destroyed in about a 6 month period. 3
million chickens destroyed by fire at Forsman facility in Stockholm Township, Minnesota. And then on top of that, look, man, Esau's the devil. Because on top of that, you have the paying farmers to basically, this is what they do when it's over processing. They have paid the farmers to slow down on production. They're paying farmers to slow down on production and destroy milk. They don't do that when it's a surplus. Why are they doing it when all these factories are burning down? The Lord is taking his place out, man.
Yeah.
And Esau was the Lord's sword.
So I'm gonna just tell you this, man. Anybody got any last scripture? Get ready to bring them out. There's a series that I watched and enjoyed. One of my favorites. It was called Black Summer. All right. And then when I watched season 2, god damn.
Yeah.
You thought season 1, season 2 was fucking it.
Yeah, man.
Black Summer.
Netflix?
Yeah, it's on Netflix.
What'd you say? What's your?
Black Summer.
I still belong. Season 2 came out last year.
Yeah, season 2 came out last year. Season 2, you gotta watch them both.
Man.
But see, what goes? I'm gonna tell you this. Season 1 is the beginning of it, and then it shows you the downfall, and people don't know what the hell is going on.
Right.
But season 2 is the aftermath when everybody's just battling it out for food, waters, and whatever.
Right.
All right, women, nobody's safe, man. They want your kids, they want your women, you know, they want your resources. And by the time episode 2, all the few people that survived 1, they now hardened. You know, they ain't the same. You see the characters change.
Yep.
They like hardened killers. In season 2, right?
Yes.
Exactly. Season 1, everybody's scared, afraid, don't know what the fuck going on.
Yep.
And then by season 2, man, they all hardened killers, man. They learn how to shoot and shit.
Dog eat dog now.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
Yeah.
It's crazy, and those are the times that you're about to come into, man. That's what's about to happen, man. So a lot of you women who were with men of the Lord, all right, and you sought not to follow their way and wanted to do your own thing, and you're no longer with those men of the Lord, you have no covering.
That's right.
You have no covering.
Oh,
All right, and so it's probably going to be worse for you because you know. All right, than it is for the woman out there who never subscribed to the truth in the first place. The woman who just said to hell with that and never subscribed to the truth, she's going to be beaten with few stripes. But you bitches, you're going to be beaten with many stripes, man. And a lot of you whole ass niggas right along with them, man.
This is Rock 36:24. He that getteth the wife, he getteth the possession. So you belong to that man, help like unto himself, and the pillar of rest.
Yeah, right. And the possession don't talk back. And the possession don't go against you. And the possession don't get on her knees and let somebody else enter into her in any way whatsoever.
Facts.
All right.
Facts. And it ain't a possession ain't jealous. When you put your Air Force Ones on, the Georgians don't say, well, why you wearing them? What about me? You know, that don't happen.
Right.
Here's the point.
Why them New Balance over there all shining and shit?
Right.
They lesser than me.
Right. Where no hedge is, they're the possession and spoiled. So look, you're gonna be spoiled. You left your possession, you left your
Yeah.
Yeah,
You probably can watch your ratchet ass children die too.
get smoked.
There was
Have
no
the last bitch.
ass children. Yeah. I can't wait.
Yeah.
I still hear her up. I say, how's your eye doing? I'm so fucking petty. So like,
I got quick one.
See, that
dead as
ain't
hell.
Hey, you turn your back on the Lord, man. You know? Go ahead,
So
brother.
go market
Make
their
this the last
calamities.
one. We gonna market their calamities, man. Exactly.
This is Ezekiel 14:21. For thus saith the Lord Yahweh, how much more will I send my sword judgment upon Jerusalem? The sword and the famine, that's what I was just talking about, the famine is coming, and the noisome beasts, that could be about wild beasts or the missiles, and the pestilence to cut off from it man and beast. So straight death and destruction is coming for you people.
Yeah, and let me also mention too, you women who bear false witness against different brothers, man. You know, you got brothers that got jammed up because you got mad, and when Lewis lied on and said he did this to you and did this to your children and all that kind of bullshit,
Right.
just to get them in trouble and things like that. The Lord will weep. Go ahead, Pops.
This is Proverbs 1:25. But ye have set at naught all my counsel, and would none of my reproof. I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh. When your fear cometh as desolation, and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, when distress and anguish come upon you.
The Lord gonna give us spiritual power to be laughing. You're gonna hear us laughing as you're in pain, as you get your sore strokes. Right, you gonna right. You know how the predator was laughing. Right, you gonna hear right as you die and get no sore strokes. You know, from those beasts to those whatever it is ripping you apart, is tearing you apart and killing you, whatever's happening to you, you gonna hear us laughing at you, man. Just like that.
I was just gonna say that. Just
Hey, so there it is, man. So with that, we're gonna give all praises, all honor, and glory.
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakodash.
Ball.
That's perfect. Joe said you're laughing and scoring. Huh?
Stop.